Buongiorno, and
God.
welcome back to History Buffs or Bluffs.
Why'd you sound Irish?
I don't know. Let me try that again. Let me put the hand out. Buongiorno.
DiGiorno.
And welcome back to History Buffs or Bluffs. We are your hosts. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Sydney.
The two of us are married, and I am a writer.
And I love to read.
I'm also a history buff.
And I am very much not.
Our podcast is a story-driven topic on an event that may
Or may not.
have happened in history. Let me tell you a tale that's so good it should be illegal. And at the end of the episode, I'm going to give Sid a chance to be a history buff or call my bluff.
Ooh. And we want you all to play along as well. So don't Google anything while Kyle's yapping away. And see if you can guess it right. But first, you should tell us about what project you're working on.
Oh. Are you talking about my audiobook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am working on an audiobook for Sunrise Over Silver Ridge, the first book in my Western series.
Ooh, it's so good so far. Tell everybody who's doing it.
Yeah, the narrator is my cousin, Eric Kokenberger.
The actor.
The actor. He is an actor. He's in New York, and he's graciously offering his voices.
He's doing a very good job.
He's doing
I
an
think
amazing
he was
job.
born to be an audiobook narrator.
Every character is like so distinct.
Yeah, it's good.
It's awesome. We're about 3/4 of the way done.
It's been a long go.
I know. It's been a long time. I think I posted about it on Instagram like
Last year.
yeah. It was probably like a year ago when we started. I was thinking it'd be like a month.
We have too much going on.
Mhm.
Can't just focus on one project.
Yeah. But yeah, this is fun. It's fun to do. I mean, I got more comfortable editing audio while I was editing the audiobook chapters. So I think
It's helped with the podcast.
it helped a lot with the podcast because I had no idea what we were going to do.
Yeah. No, it sounds really good, and it's fun to hear your book come to life.
I know.
Yeah. Next step, TV series.
Ooh.
Should probably finish the
Anyone?
audiobook first. though.
Any producers out there listening? You want something new that's not just a rehash? Or
Yes, we need that. I think your book would be a very good TV series.
I agree.
Yeah.
Who would be the two stars, in your opinion?
Jensen Ackles back in the day.
You took
If he was
my
younger,
answer.
if he was younger, I feel like he's too old now. And Sydney Sweeney. No, I'm just kidding. She'd have to dye her hair red.
Yeah.
Grow a lot. Because Joe is really tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's tall. She's a tall girl.
No, we need like a new actress that has
Mhm.
red hair, is like 5'8",
Sure.
lean,
I mean, the
really
the height can
cute.
be worked around.
Yeah.
There's so many actors that look really tall on screen, and then when you see pictures of them in real life, they're like
Yeah.
5'6".
No, we need some new talent.
I
And I'm
agree.
sure we could find it. And maybe Eric could play Art.
You want him to play Art.
Yeah.
His Art voice is probably my favorite.
I don't know. I think Mayor Perry is the best. Anyways, should we get into our episode?
Sure. Now, I wanted to avoid Russia this time.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
So
we-
you went to Italy.
How do you know that?
You said buongiorno.
Yes. I wanted to avoid them. It seems impossible.
To avoid Russia?
To avoid
There's
Russia.
a lot of other places.
I know, but they're in a lot of our episodes.
Yeah.
But while searching through some Italian history, I found a crazy story.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you? Side note, I love Italy. We went there in 2019, same year we went to Ireland,
Mhm.
and it was epic.
Yeah.
And I want to live there.
Oh, we should
move there.
we talk about our trip?
What trip?
The Italy trip.
Oh, when you got a ticket
Not just the ticket.
in the
but-
city center that you drove into?
Yeah, I guess we should discuss that. Just The people want to know now.
Okay, so we were going to, where was that?
Siena.
And we were trying to find parking, and the roads were very, very confusing. I will give him that.
Also, the street signs were in Italian.
Yeah.
And I took Italian in high school, but I did not remember much.
Yeah, so it looked like a giant, like, driveway, like, that you go up to find more parking.
It looked like a cobblestone street.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess,
but it turns out that was actually a sidewalk.
A walkway.
Kyle drove all the way up it and into the city center, and there was a bike cop, and he was so mad.
Is this like ancient Italian city that I probably ruined some of the cobblestones?
Probably. And the cop was like, "Dumb Americans." And they're still trying to charge us even though we paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid the ticket.
Yeah, and it just keeps going up exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
I think the original one was like $60-something, and now they're trying to send us bills for over $400.
Maybe we shouldn't announce this.
No, we paid it. We have proof that we paid the ticket. I think it's just a scam trying to get more money out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ignored it. And we haven't heard anything in a while.
Yeah. So maybe it's finally gone away.
Until we just drew attention to it. They're going to send us another one for like $800.
We're going to try to go back, and they're going to be like, "It's you. You're banned."
I'm just going to get arrested when we step off the plane. Can you imagine?
It's the same bike cop that arrested you.
You dumb American. It
I've
sounded
been waiting.
Russian.
I've been waiting for you. Okay, so what's our topic?
Yes. So we are going to talk about the Dello Russo Family fighting ring.
Oh no, that doesn't sound very good.
Alcohol is everywhere. You see it on billboards, posters, sides of buses, in the grocery stores and gas stations. It seems every other commercial involves some type of beer or spirit. Whether you drink it or not, you have to admit that it's practically a staple of life. Even non-drinkers nowadays have so many options for non-alcoholic beers and wines. And this isn't just an American concept. There's one country where alcohol, specifically wine,
they got some really good wine.
Has been so entwined with the nation itself. You couldn't imagine there not being any. Yes, we're talking about Italy. If you haven't guessed it. Italy has consistently been one of the top producers of wine in the world, surpassing countries that have much larger areas of production even. They've been doing it for so long, some winemaking traditions being traced back to 1000 BC. Though there have been archaeological discoveries in Sicily that date viticulture to nearly 4000 BC.
What is viticulture?
Like
winemaking?
Winemaking, I guess.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I made up that word. Maybe I did.
Maybe you did.
Regardless of how old winemaking is, you can't deny that Italy is considered one of the experts of it.
Yes, they are. That's what made me start liking wine.
Yeah.
I didn't really like wine before we went to Italy, and then it was amazing. And now I like it.
The wine in Tuscany, specifically.
So shout out Giovanni.
What was his place called?
I don't know.
Oh. You could shout him out on Instagram.
Okay.
You could post about it. But, Sydney, did you know that there was a time that it was so heavily restricted it mirrored the Prohibition era of the United States?
Oh, same time frame?
Yeah. For those that might not know, maybe our younger listeners, if we have any.
I don't think that's what what's in our demographics.
Probably not. But just in case. Prohibition took place between 1920 and 1933, and the U.S. government prohibited the production, import, transport, and sale of all alcoholic beverages. It was not illegal to drink it, though.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. you wouldn't get in trouble if you
It doesn't make any
were
sense.
drinking it. This was enacted by the establishment of the 18th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, and in turn would only be repealed by the 21st Amendment. It is the only amendment to have ever been repealed. As you can expect, enforcing this new law on a nation that already had access and distilleries and importation of alcohol,
Why did they
extremely difficult.
prohibit alcohol in the first place?
There was it was a law. It was like decades of like people arguing against it. There was a temperance movement,
Kind of like weed.
kind of, but where I was going to say later, but it was enacted in an attempt to decrease negative effects of alcohol, or what the public believed negative effects, which, I mean, they are addiction, domestic violence, and political corruption. Yeah.
In that case.
But it was believed that it was morally bad. Yeah. Morally degrading to the country.
Interesting.
Yeah. Rum running or bootlegging became a common occurrence, especially in major cities. And underground or hidden bars, known as speakeasies, became very popular.
Fun.
Breaking the law is fun. The government needed a way to enforce the law, so they passed the Volstead Act, which gave the government and federal agencies the authority to track down and arrest those breaking the law. As I said, prohibition was an attempt to decrease negative effects of alcohol, addiction, domestic violence, even political corruption. And while there are studies that report hospitalizations and deaths from alcohol-related incidents had decreased after prohibition was passed, it is also clear that violent crimes increased by an average of 24% during that time.
That's weird. Why?
Basically black market crime, like theft, burglaries, assault and battery, homicide, and even an increase in drug addiction.
Because they're not drinking the
Yeah,
alcohol.
they didn't have
They want
any-
something else.
Yeah.
How
They moved to
sad.
something else, and black market crime began to grow more in the bigger cities, gain more control of that, and crime families, mainly the mafia, were very active during this time. And as we're about to discuss, this wasn't just in America.
Bum, bum, bum.
In southwestern Italy, on the toe of the country's boot, lies the region of Calabria. It is a very hilly, even mountainous region of Italy, with the Ionian Sea to the east and the Tyrrhenian Sea to the west. Like
Sounds
every,
pretty.
it probably is very pretty.
Why didn't we go here?
I don't know. Where was Positano? Where we ended?
Not there.
Not there. I don't remember exactly where that
It was
was.
southwest, but not.
Not quite to the toe. We were maybe at the heel. Or the ankle. Like every region in Italy, it's perfect for winemaking. But it also has a lot of trees and national parks, which at the time of Prohibition was the perfect place for distilling spirits as well. Now, I said Prohibition did not just take place in America, and at this time specifically, Italy was also very much affected by the young country's new amendment. Prohibition started in 1920 for the USA, and very quickly, the banning of imported wine and spirits began to affect the countries that exported to the nation. This was negatively affecting vineyards and more established businesses that relied on a large chunk of those exports. And as the years passed, there was a big shift in Italy to rely more on their own people. And some of those people were large, well-established crime families.
Le Russo. Is that what they were named?
Dello Russo.
Dello Russo.
The Italian government was keeping an eye on America, seeing if it would be a good idea for them to enact a similar law. But they saw a lot of good and a lot of bad with it. But one good that the politicians saw was the eradication of the criminal underbelly.
I
And
thought crime increased.
yes, crime was increasing, but then they were enacting with the Volstead Act, they were going after them and taking down crime families.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And as the fascist rise of Benito Mussolini took over the government in the late 1920s, a push to take over all facets of life began. And one of the first decisions Mussolini made was to take control of the alcohol industry. Mussolini projected an image of health and virile masculinity. It was crucial for his role as leader of the fascist party. He claimed he rarely drank wine and never hard alcohol, so he instituted a heavy regulation on it. This was not an outright ban like America did, but a strict limit on bars and restaurants. Wine and low-percentage beer was only allowed to be served from 11 to 3. And this was actually the origin of the happy hour.
I don't believe you.
Oh, it is.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
You're bluffing.
Maybe. It's true. But stronger liquor was completely banned. Don't look at me like that. And just like in America, this caused outrage and a criminal underbelly to grow.
They probably lost so much money. Do you know how much money alcohol makes
A
in
lot.
America?
Yeah.
You would think that they wouldn't do this because our government only cares about money.
Well, the government wasn't getting the money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. These were all businesses.
Yeah. They only care about themselves.
And just like in America, this caused outrage and a criminal underbelly to grow. But this was already present in Italy. They now just had a new product to sell. This was, however, the government's plan, and they had been training specific police forces to enact order on these families. These units were called Vigilanza sugli alcolici. My Italian is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
That means liquor enforcement. But the people referred to them as Operai del Bacino di Carenaggio.
What does that mean?
Dry dockers.
What? I don't know.
You're just like, They were called dry dockers because they used a lot of police boats because they had the 2 C's there. So a lot of the alcohol that would get confiscated, they just dump into the water. Yeah.
What a waste.
So the docks would be dry. Well, the barrels would be dry on the docks.
Surprised they didn't pull a Dublin whiskey fire and just go get their cups.
They're a little more refined.
The Italians are more refined than the Irish.
These dry dockers began tracking down illegal wineries and distilleries and went after a lot of criminal families, like I said. Some of note were the Camorra, the Stida, Colombo, Lucchese, the 'Ndrangheta, and, of course, the Dello Russo family. And we are going to focus on the Dello Russos. And funny enough, we didn't escape Russia in this episode.
What?
Because, well, not completely. Dello Russo literally means of the Russian.
No, I thought this was of the Italians.
Yeah. Well, they are Italian, but the family had emigrated to Italy from Russia at some point in history.
So they're Russian.
They are Italian. Because they had been ingrained in Italy for so long that the family was considered Italian.
Okay.
They ate all the pastas. They spoke with their hands. They'd get unnervingly close to you as if they were like about to kiss you or tell you a secret.
True Italians.
True Italians. And they had established connections with seedy characters long before this time. So they're very much ingrained in the black market crime of Italy. They didn't care much for rules or laws, and they certainly involved themselves in all sorts of illicit activities.
Or wait, were they part of the mafia?
They're a mafia family, yeah.
Oh, there's more.
The mafia is not just one group.
So dumb.
Yeah, that's what all those families that I mentioned before
Did
were.
they fight each other?
It was, yeah, you'll see.
The mafia people fight each other?
They're
all working together, though, right?
No, it's like rival gangs.
Oh.
Yeah. Much of what they did were drugs and arms trafficking, money laundering schemes, extortion and loan sharking, which is probably what you see in most TV shows and movies.
That's loan sharking.
like giving a loan with a high interest rate and then getting violent when you don't pay up.
Oh, yeah.
Or like providing protection for a business, but then coming in and like wrecking the place. Like the insurance guy in The Office. He came after Michael Scott. But as soon as America made booze illegal, the Dello Russo family was one of the first to begin supplying the nation with their wares. And as Mussolini and the Italian government made it illegal, it did nothing to slow down their operations. Because the Dello Russo family had vineyards hidden on large plots of land and secret distilleries in the woods and in hidden rooms of their many
Villas.
Villa. It's the plural form of villa.
No, it's not.
That is.
No, it's not.
In Italian. I'm speaking Italian.
Oh, you are.
Villa. Yeah. Villa.
Villa is the plural form of villa.
So.
They had distilleries in the woods. Secret distilleries in the woods.
Like moonshine distilleries. Yeah, have you ever seen those?
No.
Like pictures of them? It's just set up in the woods.
No.
Okay, and they're Italian, so they're probably more refined, and they have them in their rooms too, in their villa. So, they continued supplying America and began supplying local bars and restaurants with black market liquor. But not only that, they also housed unsanctioned fighting rings that men could pay top dollar to enter. And the everyday man could win, or usually lose, big betting on the fights. These were illegal, obviously. But like I said, if it was illegal, the Dello Russo family was involved.
Did a lot of people die in the fighting rings?
We'll get to it.
Did they die?
We'll get to
they
it.
They all died?
The patriarch of the Dello Russo family was named Agnolo. Don't look at me like that. Agnolo Dello Russo. Agnolo.
You don't even know how to pronounce it.
I tried my best. Agnolo Dello Russo. And even though he sounds like a famous painter, he was considered a ruthless mafia boss. But he was also smart, because like many mafia bosses at the time, he kept his hands clean. There was no proof of any unlawful acts by him. But the dry dockers and the other departments of government had plenty suspicion on him. In Calabria, there was one other group of organized crime, and they often had interactions with each other, dipping into each other's territory, arson of one's businesses, mass executions, stuff like that.
Jeez.
This was the Ndrangheta family. Ndrangheta family. Gosh, this is hard.
Thought you took Italian in high school.
This was the Ndrangheta family. I didn't learn about mafia families.
Oh, yeah.
So this is all new.
Ones that don't exist.
So they were the two crime families in the region. And for the most part, they would avoid each other and their territories. But as the Ndrangheta clan grew, they wanted more influence over the area of Calabria. Confrontations occurred, including the assassinations of 12 Ndrangheta members, one of which was a politician. The government immediately suspected the Dello Russo family, because of course it wasn't anyone else. The government knew there were illicit activities in the region. They even suspected those who were involved, but the problem was finding the proof to bring charges on them. The crime family's pockets were very deep and very heavy. However, additional politicians who were in bed with the Ndrangheta clan ceded information to the police on who committed the assassinations, and Agnolo Dello Russo and 5 other members of the family were all arrested. Now this was a large, very ingrained crime family, and it wasn't going to come crashing down because the head was separated. But because Agnolo was involved in every aspect of the crimes this family was doing, picking a new leader wasn't ideal. So instead, they chose to set up middle managers, people to run every bit of it. Agnolo's uncle, Gaetano, was in charge of the drug and arms trafficking. Money laundering and loan sharking fell under two of his cousins, Federico and Federigo.
You're ridiculous.
I didn't make that
The
up.
problem is you've had so many crazy names in some of the true episodes.
History names are crazy.
I don't know.
And the illegal liquor and fighting rings were given to Agnolo's two sons, Adamo and Alfeo.
Damo and Adama.
Adamo and Alfeo Dello Russo. It turned out that Adamo and Alfeo would be just as ruthless and violent as their father.
Jeez.
They loved the fighting ring and bootlegging the alcohol, which in Italian was called contrabbando.
Mm.
And once they took over, they began really increasing the amounts of fights. Most of these would happen in the secret rooms of bars, which in Italy were called gemma nascosta,
Wow.
or hidden gems.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
fancy, I know. What do you like better, hidden gems or speakeasies?
I like the Italian word
The
of the hidden gem.
gemma nascosta.
Uh-huh.
Though, when there were rather large events that they were putting on, the fights would take place usually in a dock warehouse that was owned by the Dello Russos. Now, these fights got violent and often ended with someone needing to go to a hospital or literally being killed.
Oh my gosh.
The police were obviously aware of something happening. There were too many bloody and bruised bodies that would wash ashore in the morning light, so they needed to figure out a way to get inside.
What is the motivation for fighting in one of these?
Money.
Money?
Yeah.
Just you get a ton of money if you win.
Yeah.
So it's either you get a lot of money or you die.
No, not always die.
Get very, very
Or get
injured.
yeah, they're fighters.
That sounds so dumb. What is wrong with people?
Well, the real money was within the betting.
You risk your entire
Betting on the
life.
fighters. Well, yeah. What else are you gonna do in Calabria?
I don't know. Sightsee? That's what I would do. Go to the beautiful ocean or mountains that you described earlier.
Mussolini believed these crime families were anti-fascist and an affront to the regime that he wanted for Italy. So he created the Opera Vigilanza Repressione Antifascismo. Antifascismo. Goodness. The Organization for Vigilance and Repression of Anti-Fascism.
Mm.
This was basically the secret police for the Italian government.
Whoa.
Yeah. They were originally founded in 1927, but at this point, in 1932, a department was going to be used to find a way into these criminal families. And one of those agents would be working alone to infiltrate the fighting ring. His name was Giuseppe Caputo.
I don't think that's how you pronounce cheese.
Giuseppe? It's like Joseph is what it says. Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
Okay.
Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
Stop.
Giuseppe was a local Calabrian, so he wouldn't be some out-of-towner that would be an obvious undercover agent. And he was also quite the street youth, as Schmidt would say. Getting involved in street fights, pickpocket groups, and at one point had done some low-level street crime for the Dello Russo family.
Wait, wasn't this a cop?
This was when he was a teenager. A youth.
I wouldn't trust that guy to become a cop.
But as he grew up, he moved away from the dangerous antics of an Italian teenager and became an agent for the OVRA. And as he reached his mid-20s, he was chosen to find and infiltrate the alleged fighting rings. Giuseppe tracked down his old buddies, the ones he used to paint the town Rosso for the Dello Russo family.
Wow.
He was soon introduced to a few of the men in charge of fighters and was brought in to show his worth, which meant actually competing in some of these fights.
Oh.
Fights that often left people dead.
Oh, that's scary.
It was incredibly dangerous, but Giuseppe was ready to do what he believed was best for his country. And after weeks of serious fighting, 2 to 3 times a week, in low-level fighting rings that were loosely associated with the Dello Russos, Giuseppe was invited to meet the two brothers running the fighting and bootlegging.
Federico and Federico.
No. Adamo
And Alfredo.
Alfredo.
Wait, who were the other ones?
Federico and Federico. They did like the loan sharking. Yeah. On the night of April 21st, 1932, Giuseppe climbed into an automobile, something even his parents didn't have. It was quite the luxury, but the people in the car seemed unfazed by it as they zoomed through the streets. The car stopped at a palazzo that was nicer than anything in the small town of Barolato that he was born in. He entered, being frisked by two large guards in the entrance. Then he was led up to an office. Adamo and Alfeo Dello Russo sat in two luxurious chairs by a roaring fire.
Wow. Sounds just like from a movie.
They sipped on a bottle of red from their vineyard, and they offered Giuseppe a glass. He sipped with them as they discussed his bout the night prior. Giuseppe still had a bruised cheek from the punch that nearly lost him the fight, but he wore it with pride, as any fighter would. The brothers told him that he was an impressive kid, even though he was usually considerably shorter than most of the fighters. They wanted him to fight for them in a week. It was big money, high-stakes wagers for the men betting. Even higher stakes for the fighters, because this was a more modern take on the gladiators in their country's rich history.
We went there.
Yeah, we did. Rome was cool. Now, they wouldn't be using weapons, but the entire night was planned as a fight to the death for each fighter. Their reasoning? It had been a year since Agnolo had been arrested, and it was a celebration or remembrance of the legacy that he had grown. And they thought Giuseppe would be a big-ticket winner for them.
So they have no idea that he's a cop. Wait, why does he keep fighting?
He's trying to get in with them.
I feel like he already
to take
did.
them down. It was low-level stuff. Said it was loosely associated. It was nothing that they'd be able to pin on.
They're running a literal fighting ring.
I know, but what he was fighting in before was like off-grid stuff not associated with the Dello Russo family. So this is him getting associated with them to take him down.
Okay, unless he dies. It's a terrible plan.
But he agreed, and they informed him that he'd be picked up and brought to their villa in the hills. This is a singular villa.
You would think it would be like villi or villas.
Villet? Maybe it's Villet. Filet. This was the place that the OVRA were looking for. Not only was it where the deadliest fights would take place, but it was also where they had been storing their liquor that they had smuggled everywhere. In a week's time, the OVRA would have the Dello Russo family.
Spoilers.
As Giuseppe walked into the villa, stepping into a whole different world, even he was overcome by the party that was unfolding. A band was playing music. Beautiful girls walked around with glasses of wine, free for people to enjoy. There were hundreds of people here. He walked into the back, looking over the edge of a balcony. Below him was the square for fights. Already there was some blood on the ground. An opening act for the main round of fights, he supposed. Adamo and Alfeo waved him over, greeting him and welcoming him to have a drink. He politely declined. He'd need a sharp mind if the OVRA didn't step in, and he ended up having to fight. See, the dry dockers had a tail on Giuseppe, and they had followed him all the way into the hills. Even now, the raid was being set up. Everyone here would be arrested. The Dello Russos would all face charges.
Wait, are the dry dockers on their team? On his team?
It's the government, yeah.
Okay.
But would Giuseppe still be standing by then?
I hope so. You would think they would intervene before he has to fight.
Well, they can't see. They don't have cameras. They don't know what's going on in there. He was ushered below, some men preparing him for the fight to the death that was planned. Giuseppe counted the minutes, praying the next one would include the splintering of wood from the front doors. Fights had already begun. Giuseppe could unfortunately do nothing as men traded fists and feet, spilling blood for the entertainment of the wretched wealthy criminals surrounding him. He watched 4 men lose their lives that night. Then it was his turn.
That would be terrible. Why would anybody want to watch that? That's crazy. It's just like Gladiators. Why would you want to watch that?
Why would you do crazy, evil things for money?
That's traumatizing.
Evil people.
They literally went to an entire stadium and watched people get murdered. Could you imagine if that was happening today?
Yeah. Be crazy.
Could you imagine people watching that today?
People go to MMA fighting. That's pretty
Do they
dang
die?
close. No. I mean, not usually.
I never understood that.
I mean, it still happens.
Why anybody wants to watch people fight each other.
It's a show of strength.
It's
Power.
a show of stupidity. So stupid.
Maybe Joe Rogan could have us on. Before he stepped into the ring, Adamo walked up to him. He clasped him on the shoulder, then said something that would drain the life out of anyone.
He knows.
He told Giuseppe that he and his brother knew he was an undercover agent.
Bum, bum, bum.
And that this was his punishment for attempting to take down the Dello Russo family.
Dang. How'd they know?
Who knows?
They're just smart.
They got connections everywhere.
Dang, that's crazy.
The man announcing the fighters introduced Giuseppe. He walked out to the center of the ring. Then the man called out, "Massicione." A mountain of a man stepped out. Giuseppe recognized him as one of the bodyguards that had frisked him a week ago. The Dello Russo brothers had planned for Giuseppe to be beaten to death by their own man.
Oh.
As soon as the announcer gave the word to fight, and Massicione took a giant step toward him, the front doors of the villa burst inward.
Wow.
And shouts
That's convenient timing.
and shouts of "Polizia" roared out. Giuseppe dropped the active street fighter and began shouting orders for people to drop. He personally got Adamo and Alfeo on their knees, standing above them as OVRA members gathered and took the Dello Russo brothers in. Like their father, Adamo and Alfeo Dello Russo faced a lifetime behind bars, not only for bootlegging and illegal fighting, but also for the murders of the 4 men who fought that night, the attempted murder of an OVRA member, and the dozens of men who had been killed in the unsanctioned fights for years prior. The Dello Russo family was effectively torn apart that night. The other heads of their seedy black market businesses were also arrested, and their power in Calabria was significantly diminished. The 'Ndrangheta family would then grow and take over the Calabria region, continuing the needs that were no longer being met. The OVRA attempted to go after them as well, but with the rise of Hitler in Germany, Mussolini found a new ally to join his fascist ideals.
They were friends.
Oh, yeah. They were allies.
God. Hitler and Mussolini.
Yeah. Until Italy saw that he was losing, and then they switched sides.
Bandwagoners.
Italy eventually would end their version of prohibition in 1939, right before joining the war. As a country that loves their wine, they tend to forget about that small part of their history when it was outlawed. Giuseppe Caputo remained an OVRA member, signing on to fight in World War II for Italy. After the war, he returned to police work in Calabria. He eventually retired, writing a memoir of his time as an undercover agent, a soldier, and a policeman. He passed away in 2009 at the ripe old age of 103.
What?
It's that good Italian food. The Dello Russo family was only a fraction of the criminal underworld, but they certainly left an impact on the region of Calabria. But tell me, Sydney, did this story leave an impact on you? Was it a history buff or bluff?
Why are these so difficult? I mean, I feel like it could be a real story. But the way you told it sounded very, like, cinematic.
Yeah.
Like it was, like it could be a movie that I was watching. I mean, that's just your good storytelling abilities. I really don't want to get another one wrong.
What's our record now?
I think I'm
6 and 4.
4 and 6.
4 and 6.
Yeah. But it just sounded too like, I don't know, convenient.
Oh yeah.
That they just like burst in the second that the big giant guy was coming to kill him.
I told you it was a crazy story at the very beginning.
Yeah. So crazy that I think you made it up. Okay, blink once if you made it up. Blink twice if it's true.
I'm not good at this because then my eyes just get dry, and then I want to blink.
Eyes are watering.
Go.
Okay. I think you made it up.
Final answer.
Yeah.
You got me.
Dang it. I'm pretty sure everyone that I've guessed that you've made up has been true.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it. But I got this one right.
You did.
Yes.
You forgot.
How did you come up with that? That was a good story.
Yeah,
I want to watch that as a movie.
It would be good.
That would be a really good movie.
That was actually a book idea that I've had.
Oh.
Yeah, sort of. It was originally going to be from the perspective of the brothers.
Alfredo and Alfonso.
Yeah, those ones. And it wasn't going to be as dark. It was going to be kind of funny.
Oh.
And I might still do that. It was going to be in America during Prohibition, but I thought Italy sounded better for them.
Yeah. How'd you come up with all those names? Just name generator?
I searched names, Italian names of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounded.
I tried to find. Well, I was hoping that would just go over you, and just be my pronunciation issues. But yeah, I tried to find names that were prevalent or common of the time.
Yeah.
That's what all they were.
You're so creative.
Thanks.
That was a really good story. Was there anything true about this story?
The Prohibition stuff in America.
Yeah.
Obviously. Italy's history with wine.
Mm-hmm.
It is true that it dates back to 1000 BC.
Did
Possibly even 4000 BC.
Did they have a prohibition?
No, that was fake.
What? You
I made that up.
That up? Crazy. You son of a bitch.
I'm gonna bleep that.
Wow.
Mussolini was real, obviously, and the OVRA was that was the secret police.
Oh,
that was real.
But they weren't secret police for the alcohol.
They were secret police for the government. They did whatever Mussolini wanted, basically.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And they did want to control every aspect of life.
Mm.
I don't think they actually went after industries like alcohol and stuff like that. Obviously not alcohol, but there was no Dello Russo family. They're completely made up.
It sounds like a real name.
And I know.
Real family.
It does mean of the Russian. That is real. It's a real name, but there is no crime family of that name. All the other crime families I listed were real.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And Giuseppe Caputo was not real.
Oh. He was the hero. That was a really good story.
Thank you.
We should turn it into a movie. Producers of the world.
Again, we're calling to you again.
Have you not realized Kyle's talents by now? Okay? He's such a good writer. Hire him as a screenwriter.
I don't know about that.
Or just a writer. And then you can screenwrite his stuff.
I did take screenwriting.
I bet you'd be good at it.
Cool. Yeah. Just have to practice with it.
I mean, I feel like TV and movies nowadays is all just remakes of everything.
Or based off of a book.
So they could get some really good ideas from you. Yeah.
I got a lot.
You got a lot.
I'm not going to say that one.
And you're really good at it. You're really good at writing.
Thanks,
and you're so creative. Come on. Producers, directors, Hollywood, people who make movies. We'll even take a low budget film.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think I was gonna guess?
I thought I'd probably get you. I thought I could trick you with it.
Oh,
Yeah, but you got me.
I got you.
I thought with given all the names and the information on like prohibition and
Yeah,
stuff,
the names threw me off because in other episodes you have trouble pronouncing names and they're real.
I just have trouble pronouncing things.
Yeah, I know.
So that's just always going to be
I had to hold back from making fun of how you talk in this episode.
Mrs. Stutzman would not be proud.
Who?
Mrs. Stutzman.
Was that your Italian
That was my Italian teacher.
That was what, like your fourth made up one?
4 or 5? Yeah, it was my fourth.
4 out of 11.
4
wow.
out of 11.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to start making more up.
Yeah.
Balance it.
I got some in mind.
You got some ideas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe next.
Not telling you anything about that.
Okay.
So what are your final thoughts, Sid?
I don't know how you come up with this stuff. You're so creative.
Thank you.
That was crazy. I guess your creative writing degree is coming in handy.
Yeah, it paid off. Well, not paid, but
Somebody sponsor us, please.
I don't know. Like I said, it was the book idea that I'll probably do is gonna be more like funny.
Mm-hmm.
It'd still be like they're doing like a crime or they're a crime fighting night, but it's not like a regular thing. And then they get busted by the police. But
spoilers, geez. Now I don't even want to read it.
Or maybe they don't. Or maybe I'll just do this. Maybe I'll make it this story.
Yeah.
Giuseppe was never planned. That kind of just happened with writing this episode.
I don't know how you come up with this stuff. I feel like if I tried to write an episode, it would be so bad.
We need you to do one.
You want me to do one?
Yeah, listeners, if you want Sydney to
do
an episode,
that would
comment.
Be so bad. I'd be like, the whole time. I'm just not as creative as you.
I think you would do a good job.
I'm not as creative as you.
I'll give you like a month to put something together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On top of all your full-time job and full-time mom and side biz, photography, podcast,
working out. There's a lot. If you become a famous writer, I can quit.
You get your dreams. You can do nothing.
Yeah. It's not nothing. I can write this episode.
That's true. Okay, I'll get famous.
Okay, thanks.
So that you could write an episode.
Shout out to all the people who can make Kyle famous. Please do.
Maybe everyone just go buy my books.
Yes. And someone sponsor us. Please. Please. All right.
That's just another episode.
Yeah.
11 episodes.
Look at us go. Did you think we would make it this far?
Yeah, I thought it kept going.
Really? Yeah. How many do you think we can do?
I don't know.
Forever. For the rest of our lives? We're going to be like 90
think people want to listen to us?
We're like, so, Sydney, what's this?
By then we're not going to be... But then we're not going to be able to work the technology.
Oh, yeah. It's probably going to be crazy by then.
Yeah.
But robots are going to be doing everything for us anyway,
true.
So all we have to do is talk.
We'll have some clankers working for us.
Clankers. All right.
All right.
That wraps up another episode. Make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and follow us on Instagram at History Buffs or Bluffs Pod.
If you know of an obscure or crazy event in history that you'd like to hear, you can email it to me at historybuffsorbluffs@gmail.com.
Or if you have an idea of a wild, believable, but fake story, reach out as well, and Kyle may just write it with his creative mind. It'd be so good.
Thanks for joining us for another episode. Tune in next week and help Sid find out if it'll be a history buff.
Love. Have a good week.